Hello, my friends. I am your friend Kevin, and this is your Divine Daily Blast with the week ahead through tarot. So, my entire intention is to try to lift the vibration, lift the consciousness, balance out the rough edges of humanity and what's going on in the world, to bring you tools from what I believe to be divine intelligence from some really good spiritual teachers such as Kyle Gray, Radley Valentine, Yasmin Boland, and now my new one, Grace Duong, who's doing the numerology here, along with The Fairies by Karen Kay. I keep wanting to call her Kay, but her name is Karen Kay. And then the Ciro Marchetti tarot deck. All of these tools I use on a regular basis to land me in a place that says there's energy going on. I want to sift through it all. Well, I should also mention Louise Hay. So a lot of confirmation, affirmation, all of these things to help me navigate through the physical adventures of life. So before I get going with the message for today, I hope that you will click the like button for this video, hit the notification bell for when the new ones come up, and subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost anything. It helps me out, it helps all of us out, and I really think that we're a collective force of people who want something lighter, something brighter, and something to probably sink our mind into. All right, with that said, let's get right to the cards. Here we go. We have an Angel Numerology number 1 day. Now, as I said yesterday, this new deck, the Numerology deck, which is put out by Mystic Mondays, they also have a tarot deck. And at first I thought it was a little too much, a little overkill, because there are several different number ones, each with a different kind of thing to it. This is destiny. There's also life path. There's also karmic connections. There are 7 different elements to this number 1. Actually, the day adds up to a 10 that reduces to a 1, so I just pulled the 1. And the key words on this card for today: I express bold ideas with directness and honesty. Now, the 10-1 also means divine dreams and wishes and brand new journeys. Brand new journeys, a brand new start in numerology. Moving on. My isms, which are just really my personal affirmations. My lift is a gift I am happy to share. Everything I want is already on its way. And I am aligned with God's love, abundance, and prosperity. We have to believe it and take it on, because it's really true. You know how seasons come along, weather patterns come along, and some of them can be quite volatile. But it's all part of the big universal creator who creates all of this. So why not align with it? We have a message today from Archangel Jophiel. As the beauty of God, I can help you see the positive in any situation. Put on my uplifting rose-colored glasses. And your affirmation from Jophiel today says, I am beautiful. The world is beautiful. My future is beautiful. Everything is just beautiful. I pulled a new angel affirmation card from Kyle Gray's Angel Activations deck. It's Holy Amethyst, connected to Archangel Zadkiel, Saint Germain, and the Holy Amethyst basically says you have a light within you, and this light will never ever go out. Now, for me personally, it starts at the heart space and extends upward into my throat, out through the crown of my head, downward, through my pelvic areas down both legs into the ground. I see it. I've seen it since I was probably in my 20s. When we were learning to channel, it was called the silver cord. And we were taught to breathe into the heart space, brighten that light, and then let it extend up. And once it's extended up through the crown of the head and down through the soles of the feet, we keep continuing to breathe into that light and then brighten it out through the skin area, through the surface of the skin, through beyond probably about 2 to 4 inches outside the body. That's the light. So whenever we face darkness, this brilliance has the opportunity to shine. And right now, God and the angels are calling all of us to switch our light on, switch it on full, stand in it, stand in the greatness of who we are, the greatness of our spirit, and do not back down. Be the bringer of good that you were born to be. And the activation message is, I am a light of hope in the world. I think that's gorgeous. See how that light is just in the heart center? Hilarion is going to be our Divine Master. And this comes from the Divine Master's Oracle deck by Kyle Gray. The images in both these decks come from Jennifer Hawkyard. Hilarion is all about divine emergence. Be seen and let the world know your gifts. See and be seen is like a lovely, lovely message. And it's time to come out of hiding and be seen. Energetically, you've been taken a little bit more time than usual to retreat and recharge. And if you felt like that, like I have, going into a cocoon of myself, enjoying my silence, enjoying my quiet, enjoying my peace, and I really do enjoy it. It's been highly beneficial for our mental and emotional well-being. But now, those of us that wanted to retreat into our cocoon need to emerge. Don't get too comfortable or fall into old ways of being, because the old you wants to hide. The old you has fears of persecution and judgment. The old you doesn't want to feel the way you used to feel. And you weren't born to suffer in this lifetime. You were born to be well, we're all going to get challenged, but we're born actually to surmount the challenges, embrace and share our gifts. So Hilarion said that if you've been holding back or hiding a part of yourself in order to fit in or conform, you're being encouraged to break the pattern and be seen for all your glory. You're a powerful teacher. We're all powerful teachers. And we're all great students of this adventure of life. We're also healers. We've got the ability to break outworn family cycles and help others radiate their brightness. Many of us have come here to put a stop to our generational, ancestral patterns. Patterns of abuse, patterns of impoverishment, patterns of mental instability. We came here to surmount it, so that other generations behind us don't have to deal with it. Our personal journeys, all of us, is the indication that other people can follow it. It's an indication that what's possible for us is possible for them. And in order to achieve it, we have to share that light. We have to share our gifts. We have to share what we got and how we got there. Just like I'm doing with these cards. Why do I pull so many? I mean, right here I got pendulums. And, you know, a few years ago, people might say, you're nuts, having all these tools all over the place. But it's energy, and it's good energy. It's confirmational energy, asking questions, should I do this or should I do that? I do like the color lavender, deep purples. I do. And then interestingly enough, and not with any consciousness, I pulled this Destiny card, which once again has the same lavender purple spiritual color attached to it. Louise Hay today said, I open new doors of opportunity, new doors of abundance each day. And this goes with the number one. New doors are opening all the time, constantly. You can even say to your guardian angels and your spirit guides that work with you, show me the new door. Particularly if you feel frustrated. Particularly if you feel like, I have had enough of this nonsense. I want to go on to something else. Show me the new door. I love that. Then close your eyes and breathe. See if you get an image of what that new door looks like. Now, the tarot. Oh, yesterday, I do my shuffle, I do my prayer, I do my treatment to the gods and ask for a spread that does a reading from the 7th of June clear through to the 13th, 2026. And I ended up with, actually, the first card was the Empress, but somehow stuck to it, and there's no glue on these cards, came the 7 of Discs, or the 7 of Pentacles. So the 7 of Pentacles really, in a nutshell, says you planted good seeds and they are growing. You're going to get to harvest whatever it is you've been doing. But, or I should say, and, there's no but. But stops the sentence and keeps it going. The Empress, which is number 3 of the Major Arcana deck, embodies the ultimate feminine energy, fertility, nature, abundance. She represents the creator of life, the nurturing of ideas, the physical manifestation of our desires. And the Empress invites us to connect with your senses and embrace radical self-care. And right here we see this glorious image. I mean, she's got chipmunk on her hands. She has a leopard coming out of her heart. She has a dragonfly on the other hand. She has a divine feminine glyph here. And here comes a stag. And then all of these lush flowers. And then over here, beautiful, gorgeous lily. Swallows. Cardinals. A crane. Everything is coming into fruition for you. There is absolutely no need for you to feel oppressed, back behind the line. It's time to claim all of your gifts. Now let's move on to what the fairies have to say. And they have a wonderful way. Fairies, gnomes, sylphs, brownies, pixies, all of the wonderful earthly elements, or the elementals I should say, have a wonderful way of pulling all of these images and essences together. And in the second part of this video, I will go through the tarot reading for this week ahead. So stay tuned. Let me find a card. Come on. Strength. Okay, so when we are on this wonderful, wonderful journey, and when we're really standing in our light, and when we're really part of the healing process, lifting ourselves, knowing that everything I want is already on the way, we feel incredible strength. Now, I link the strength card to Archangel Ariel, who's over animals. She's also that beautiful, beautiful pale pink color. And here we see the Fairy Queen really riding the lion. And the lion would normally represent people's fears. We don't want the lion to get us. We don't want the lion to eat us. We don't want the lion to attack us. But what she's done is she's made friends with the lion. She's calmed down the lion. So both the lion is not really fearful of her, and she's not fearful of the lion. So this is overcoming fear. This is finding courage. This is finding strength. And I'd say it takes a lot of strength to find the beauty in the world, and the beauty in yourself, and the beauty everywhere. It takes a lot of courage to say, all the seeds I planted are now coming into being. It does take courage and conviction to open new doors of opportunity and say, I'm stepping here. I'm giving up this old way of being and I'm going to go for something new. It takes courage to stand in our light against the darkness and say, that doesn't work for me. So you get it. Divine energy, all at will, all at force, all going the way it's supposed to go. Now, my darlings, stay tuned, because just by magic, we're going to change the board, change the deck, and go into the week ahead. All right, my friends, as if by magic, we are back with this fabulous spread. And this starts with Sunday, the 7th of June, 2026. I almost said 2027. You know, I've been doing that a lot lately. I've been using 2027 as the year, which is really odd. But basically, let's get going. The moon is in Pisces. And as the moon moves through mystical Pisces, the energies are excellent for intuition, reflection, meditation, dedication to spiritual practices. In our tarot, as I just explained earlier, is the Empress, with a bonus card of the 7 of coins, 7 of pentacles, or 7 of earth. Seeds blossoming, harvest. We are an angel 10-1, an angel numerology 10 reduces to a 1, divine dreams and wishes, and new journeys. We just got through talking about all that. Moving into Monday, it's an angel numerology 8 day. Interesting. I don't think it's an 8 day. I think it's an actually 2 day. I'm going to check that date. I don't think it's an 8. I think this is a throwback from another. I think we should just ignore this until we get to the Divine Daily Blast, because I think these numbers are off. They are off. 10 of Wands. What can I say about the 10 of Wands? 10 of Wands really in tarot represents heavy burdens, overwhelming responsibility, stress. Stress that comes from reaching the end of a road or the end of a project or a goal. And it signifies carrying a massive workload, often to the point of exhaustion. But it also assures us that the finishing line is in sight, as seen by the reflection of these wands in the mirror. You can see our subject wearing ballet slippers and just soft, flimsy robes. And it being a 10, it reduces to a 1. And wands being action and activity. It's a little bit like take a respite. Know that your actions are going to start to pay off. Now, this is also the last quarter moon in the sign of Pisces still. And with Pisces being a dreamy sign, you may be conflicted between emotion and logic. Strike a balance between what you think and what you feel. What's really going on, in other words. Shifting into Tuesday. This is the Strength card. And the Strength card showed up in today's fairy message. So strength seems to be a theme, particularly at the beginning of this week. And what's very interesting is we have what's that? What would that be? Saber-toothed tiger? What are those white tigers? Bengal tiger. Then here on Wednesday we have a leopard. So all through here we've got cats. And cats go on the prowl. Cats really don't lunge and pounce until they come up against something that shouldn't be the way it is. So there's some of that fiery strength, courage, courageous energy going on toward the middle of the week. But here, on Tuesday, we're being encouraged to symbolize our inner power, courage, patience, emotional intelligence. This represents conquering challenges through resilience, through compassion, through self-control, rather than sticking it to brute force. It's a reminder that true fortitude comes from mastering your own primal instincts and staying calm under pressure. Now on Tuesday, the moon goes back into the first sign of the zodiac, being Aries. And there must be something that we could use to restart. Like, what's the ignition switch? Now with Venus and Jupiter connecting, love and romance are going to be favoured on Tuesday. Moving on into Wednesday, we've got the Ace of Wands. One's being active, one's being material, one's being get up and go. So this is a brand new, probably a brand new activity. Ace of Wands represents a surge of raw creative spirit, divine inspiration, new beginnings, the ultimate green light to whatever you're doing. Now the moon on Wednesday is still in Aries, and there's a terrible clash with Mercury and Saturn. Mercury, the planet of communication, and Saturn being all about order. All about do one thing at a time. All about organization. Best not to be pulled into anybody else's drama. And find a happy film to watch. Listen to some good music. Go out in the garden. Pick some flowers. Sometimes on these heavy movements in planetary action, I like to go to a garden centre and just walk through the plants. You also, on Wednesday, trust your impulses. You can dive headfirst into a new passion. You can embrace the exciting opportunities that come up. Just be mindful that you're not going to go headfirst into drama. Moving on into Thursday. This is the World card, and I love it. You got the Eagle on watch. You got Taurus, the Bull, keeping things grounded. You got Lion, the strength and the courage. You got Mother Mary, the prayer and the spirit. It's everything. And here is our dreamer, or our fool, if you will, in this deck, and his little companion. I've come to the end of this journey, and I've got the world at my feet, and I have accomplished whatever it is I needed to accomplish. Now this World card is number 21 in the Major Arcana deck. It represents the ultimate completion, fulfillment, wholeness. There's a signification that a major cycle or long-term goal has successfully concluded, which is really quite interesting, because on Monday we see this 10 of Wands, and then we've got the strength to continue with this ace and keep going, and the World card saying, yeah, you're on the right path. Things have come to an end. They've come to a halt, and you can embrace whatever dreams and wishes you want to. Now on Thursday, the moon has moved into Taurus, and we're at the end of the waning cycle, so release the negative energy from last month, clean off the slate, and bring in this new moon's energy, which is coming. On Friday, we have the Hermit card. And the Hermit card represents introspection, soul-searching, deliberate solitude. It's kind of sort of closely related to the Empress, intuition, divine feminine, and the Hierophant, deep wisdom, divine masculine. And the Hermit signals the time to step back from the noise of the outside world I'm talking about. Look inward. Seek your own inner truth. Don't be going telling everybody what your business is. That's relying on external validation. You know, when we talk about, I'm going to do this, I'm going to go off and do that. We're looking for validation. We're not really looking to share things. So Friday will be a day to be with your spirit guides, your angels, and your divine and your guardian angels. I love these days where it's like, thank you for showing me the divine wisdom. Thank you for showing me the solitude. Thank you for showing me the peace and the quiet. You know, we also have to be careful not to dig in and be stubborn with this Taurus moon, because, you know, Taurus is the bull. And it won't let go of certain things it wants. Find the freedom to let go, because things are always working out better when there's less push against it. Letting go takes a lot less energy than holding on. And moving on into Saturday, next Saturday, Here we have the Seven of Swords. Now, for me, the Seven of Swords represents a little too much ego in the mix, a little too much cockiness in the mix, a little too much look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me, how fabulous am I. It's really a card of greed and gluttony. And here we see our eagle acting like a magpie. He's got the moon in his beak. He's picked up 5 of these swords, but he's looking back at the other 2 and saying, I don't know how I'm going to bet those 2, but I'm going to go get it so nobody else gets it. But you can see he's having to flap his wings like crazy to pick up these 5 swords. So in essence, it's strategy. Let go of deceit, let go of cunning, let go of cutting corners. It often points to hidden motives. Try to avoid confrontations on Saturday. Use your wits to navigate a tricky situation. Humor is always good. It's a reminder that the spirit is diminished when we practice ill-gotten gains. When we act out of integrity, our spirit basically gets damaged. Always take the high road. Try not to be sneaky next Saturday. Incidentally, the moon has moved into Gemini, which is a fabulous day for talking through issues in your tissues. Particularly if someone hurt your feelings. It's a great day to sit down and have a powwow. Swallow your pride. That's it, my friends. We've got an interesting week coming up, dealing with opulence and abundance on Monday, working through some strengths, finding the strengths, working into something new physically, something new, a new idea, maybe a new job, new opportunity by the middle of the week. And towards the end of the week, we get a sense of accomplishment. We get a sense of, oh, okay, I've got this licked. But we also have to be careful not to take on more drama, not to get involved in things that don't concern us. Let me know in the comments if this helps you, if this lights you up, and I will see you tomorrow for the Divine Daily Blast. With that said, much love. Bye for now.